Hey believers, it's been a really long time. Ouch. Since I did a vlog. And I feel like I should update you guys on my life. And if I was deciding to be a vlogger, then I should like commit to it, right? So there's a lot of things that's been going on. Mostly with the business. And we'll talk about that. But you're gonna kind of get dressed and get ready for me. Get ready with me. Today, so right now I'm cooking my breakfast. I already like showered and I prayed, I meditated, I journaled, I read my Bible. It is 11:30 in the morning. I woke up at about 9. And yeah, like this is pretty much how my days go. I try to wake up a little bit earlier, but I was like really tired. I'm learning that like hard conversations genuinely do have like psychosomatic effects. Basically, like I had some hard conversations yesterday and it kind of wore me out. And we're gonna talk about that as well a little bit. So yeah, so for breakfast today I'm having bacon, fried eggs, and avocado. Really been into avocado lately. And I'm not doing it too fancy. I have contacts in. That's something that didn't happen last time we were vlogging. So if I look a little creepy, I'm sorry. But when I have my makeup on, it looks a little bit like more put together. But I like to put the contacts in a little bit earlier because it takes a minute for my eyes to kind of adjust. And I fry these eggs. Then we'll talk a little bit, and then I'll put my makeup on, and like, you know, we'll just basically be spending my morning with me. And, you know, what you do when you vlog. So yeah, right now I am on unemployment because my last temp job canceled my contract. Basically, in the last few weeks, I had a job, then I didn't have a job, then I went to Vegas, and now I'm going to be traveling for the next couple of weeks with different family members, and we're in the process of a restructure for the Humbly business and brand. And it is exhausting, and it's a little bit frustrating. I don't know if I'm being like really hard on myself, or if this is just like a part of the process. But part of the hard conversation I had yesterday was just like the realization that like I've been temping for 3 years now. So I'm 30. I quit my job in 2019, it's 2021. And the goal was to temp until Highly and Humbly took off, and that hasn't happened. And so I kind of have like a crisis of like identity, I guess, or like what am I doing with my life, basically. And I still feel very strongly that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. But the realization that I just haven't been going about it the right way was really hard to kind of like come to terms with. So the decision, like one of the suggestions was for me to get like a job, like a regular job, like a 9 to 5 that, you know, paid me a sustainable income, to save up some money so that I could try again. Or like, you know, and not completely stop doing what I do, but to like modify it so that I could accommodate like steady income. And the idea literally makes me want to cry until I vomit. But it's not a terrible idea because like I don't think God really wants me to be struggling the way I've been struggling, you know, and it is a solution. But I hate it. So like the compromise I came up with it myself that I'm going to continue to pray about because maybe God has a different plan. But like the way I see it, I'll give myself another 6 months to try to figure this out. And if by the end of that 6 months I can't sustain myself, then I have to get a job because I have to pay my rent and I have to pay my bills and I have to function as a human in society and not be always stressed about, again, when's the next paycheck coming and how am I going to pay my bills. Because I have like Highly and Humbly like has like spurts and growth, like spurts and like it grows and I'll be making some money but not enough money, and like it's like, you know, it's a small business and I am the solopreneur, so like I do everything. But there's definitely got to be a better way. And so part of the next 6 months for our vlog is going to be like me showing you what I'm going to be doing to generate some actual income and revenue. I already have a couple of things in place, but again, none of it is doing what it's supposed to be doing. It's not giving what it's supposed to give yet. And so we're gonna kind of walk through that a little bit too. Oh, dropped my egg on the counter. We're gonna walk through what that kind of looks like today. I'll show you my plate in a second. Make it a mess over here. The egg smells very eggy. But yeah, so I guess part of the reason why I haven't really felt like vlogging specifically has been because I didn't really feel like I had anything to vlog about. Like, my life is it's progressing, and the business is it's growing like incrementally. But I didn't feel very excited or exciting, and I didn't feel like you guys wanted to hear that. So, things that you should know that are happening now. Highly and Humbly is still a thing. Like, that's my business, it's my baby. It's the Christ lifestyle brand, Christian lifestyle brand that I focus on connecting the Christ we live to the life we live. But the restructuring is niching down a little bit more. Focusing really on the coaching aspect of it and just building a community of believers who want to be productive and successful. And successful as God defines success. And so that's what I'm focusing on, and that's what the restructure is looking like. I'm really excited about it because it feels very much like what I've been doing these last few months, focusing on that. And part of focusing on that was I wrote 2 ebooks. Basically bought some PLR books and edited them so that they reflected my business and my brand and what I've been teaching. And so the principles are still there, and they're principles that I agree with, but I tweaked a little bit so I could fit how I teach and what I teach in my business and my brand. And those links are below. But one is time management and one is goal setting. And so focusing on again, using biblical principles to actually be the light in the world that God wants us that God wants us to be. And so, like I said, my frustration has always been Christians, especially Christians that I knew, we kind of look really miserable. And nobody looks at me when I'm struggling and I'm unhappy and wants yeah, that. I want that. And I was oh, there has to be a different way to go about this. And while I figured that out, I was oh, other people can use this information. So that's what this brand is doing. It's okay, so how do we connect these biblical principles to our life goals, as an entrepreneur, or as a teacher, or as a whatever you want to be, whatever you want to do. You want to be a blogger, you want to be an influencer, you want to be a CEO, you want to be the head of your department, you want to go to school, whatever you want to do, there's a way to do it where you are in alignment with who God has called you to be, and you're not miserable, right? Because as Christians, we're not called to be miserable. We're human, so everybody struggles. We all have our, we all have our hard parts to kind of live through and walk through, but we don't have to be miserable. And that's what I feel I was a Christian and I was miserable. And I feel there definitely we can use less of that. We're gonna move to the couch so I can eat and we can continue this conversation. Okay? So yeah, this is what my breakfast looks like. I have avocado, bacon, fried eggs. It's a pretty big breakfast, but probably won't eat it again until earlier this evening, rather. What was I saying? So yeah, so basically now I do have some prayer journals, and the ebooks are available. Ebooks available on my website. The prayer journals are available on Amazon. I have a goal planner, a goal tracker, a weekly planner. All of these things available on Amazon and on my website. Both of those links are in the link in my bio. But to restructuring the business to kind of reflect that. So I'm creating a community of believers who love God and just want to be in a community that is supportive of their goals for their life. and that goals and those successes that are defined as what God has defined for them in their life to be successful. So whatever that looks like. Like for me, it's entrepreneurship. For somebody else, it could be like just moving up in the ranks of their business or being the best teacher they can be. I just want to create an environment where, as Christians, we're just really supportive of each other's goals specifically. No, everybody comes from different kind of backgrounds and family units and whatever the case may be, but I know that I struggled for a while there, connecting like my purpose, like my God ordained purpose, and what I was supposed to do. And a lot of what I was raised was to believe that my purpose was solely and exclusively as like my role in my church, which is not the case. Like some of us are called to be like worship leaders or pastors or youth ministers or whatever the case may be. But I believe with all my soul, and I know and I've seen it, that some people's ministry is to be their best Christ selves at their job or like just in their life. And that draws people to God and draws people to want to know who God is. And I just wanted to create an environment where we can do that together, because I've been doing it on my own for the most part. I have a couple of friends, but I know that there are more people who want to do that. And I know there are a lot of people who feel alone in that kind of process. And so that's what the restructuring is looking like. And that's what we'll be doing for the next 6 months. So thank you for going on this journey with me. Again, if you want to be supportive of what I'm trying to do, all links in my bio. I mean, like I said, I don't really vlog like that because I just feel like my life isn't that interesting, but maybe this next few months will get really interesting, and I'll keep you guys posted along the way. Don't forget to be great and to stay humble, and continue to follow me only as I follow Christ. See y'all later.